read the teenagers' face at home, and I will be taking this call from Siba. So, assalamu alaikum. Hello, Siba. How are you, Siba?
How are you?
I'm really fine. How about you?
I'm also really fine.
What do you think of today's topic?
Yeah, today's topic is so nice, and if you never respect your elders, so bad.
So, dear viewers, these were the quick ingredients about what we are going to cook for today's episode, or what I can tell you. Even though if you didn't write them down, I'm going to just say them again later on. And now let's start with the salad, for the Mexican salad actually, that we are going to have for today's episode, which is avocado shrimp salad. And now what you are going to need is avocado, of course, and shrimp, half kilogram of shrimp, as you can see right in here. And also we are going to need 4 tablespoons of ketchup, 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 spoon of mustard, as well as 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and of course 1 teaspoon of lime juice. And now let's prepare for the salad. What we are going to need first, I'm going to teach you how are you going to cut it. Welcome, dear viewers, to the etiquette segment. Last week we did talk more about the etiquette, the protocols that you have to follow, the set of rules that you should apply them on yourself in your daily life. And last week we did tell you more about the basics, but for today's episode we are going to tell you more about the table. How shall you set the table? You know, like a couple of us, mainly all of us, we don't really know how to set the table. But for today's episode, Mr. Nimoso, I hope that I spelled it right, he's going to help us more about how shall we set the table, and also when it comes to the things that we should prepare. For example, myself, I didn't know that, the fork, we have like four forks that should be on the table for one person. And now, which fork shall you prepare for the salad, which fork for the steak? And now we will know all of that in today's episode. Welcome, Mr. Nimoso.
Okay, thank you.
So our realization of tomorrow would be our doubts of today. That's what we talk about. So if anything seemed ambiguous, we make it clear for you. But today, I chose, a little bit fun part, which is the chocolate. I mean, we are all addicted to chocolate, and we all love chocolate. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? You can just call us and tell us who doesn't love chocolate. And telling you more about this machine is that, first of all, since it's, dessert and it's chocolate, so what is much better than choosing fruits with the chocolate and marshmallows? Thanks, Nihad. Okay, and going on, dear viewers, is that you have to choose the fruits that you love the most. Choose the fruits that you love the most, and then you have to cut them in a cube shape. You have to just try to separate them, put them in separate cups on this pot, and then after all, put the marshmallows. You can substitute the marshmallows with some piece of cakes, with piece of biscuits, would really look delicious. I mean, with all those yums. So really,
how
yum.
I can't imagine chocolate and biscuits.
I mean, chocolate and biscuits and almonds and nuts, that's amazing.
It's
now to tell you more,
yummy thingy.
Exactly. Now inside this pot, there's a chocolate. There's a lot of amazing chocolate.
Question.
Now, yeah, go ahead.
Is it dark chocolate or like the plain chocolate?
That's what I'm going to say next, is that this is dark chocolate. First of all, this you have to put it, first I'm going to tell you the ingredients of the chocolate. It's dark chocolate, and we add a little bit of butter with the chocolate just to give it a really, shiny look.
What's the difference between
Welcome to Wednesday night, coming to you live from the heart of the kingdom as usual. It has been a short time, but yes, here we are back in the Youth Cafe program, presenting to you one of the best topics, and today is going to be a really interesting. Hopefully you are going to enjoy it, and if you do, please do participate and call us in tonight's episode. And joining me would be my colleague Lara. How are you, Lara?
I'm great, thank you so much.
Without those 3 things, without liberty, without equality, without brotherhood, his country would be in a total mess.
Yeah.
So what he did, what he thought of, that equality is the main glue just to hold the nation up together. So this is one of the most important
things. This is really true. Yeah, and it's a
so
very
you
great
can see how
example,
big of a subject it is. It's not like people think being equal is something regular. It's something not needed in the society. It's something that is unimportant.
Imagine if there is no equality among all countries. Each and every country wants to be more superior, wants to just exercise more power on each and every country. It will be a total mess.
Yeah, of course it would be.
Hi from my side, and again, welcome to our cafe. Now today, it's a little bit different than as every day. Today we are going to talk about, mainly about having a goal, as well as aiming your goal. What are the steps toward reaching it, as well as, our target is to have as much as viewers as we can, as well as to meet all the tastes of the viewers concerning our topics. There are few museums in the world that manage to communicate a sense of nostalgia in the same way as the Sidi Muhammad Museum does. This brilliant museum of Al Usaira is an opulent palace that is a delight to explore. This house, which once belonged to a pasha, is now a museum of regional art. Let's go to that museum in Al Usaira, which is known by the House of Arts.
Al Suwaira is a Moroccan city that lies on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean.
Thank God we're back from this trip. Till we meet again, hope to see you next week in our next leap. Just be safe. Good evening. Knowing how to paint and how to use colors correctly has not any connection with originality, the originality that consists in properly expressing one's own impression. But still, a painting remains a mystery. No one knows the real content of it but him, the painter. He is a Saudi sculptor, creating 100% Saudi sculpture. Local natures inspired him, so he translated his inspiration using material from Saudi land. Our guest today is Dr. Muhammad Al-Faris. Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4 p.m. news and brief on KSA2. In Iraq, 2 bomb attacks killed at least 8 and wounding 4 dozen people. Security forces in recent days have been concerned that large-scale attacks could be expected. In the first of Wednesday's attacks, a bomb targeted a historic church in the northern city of Mosul. A bomb in Baghdad, hidden in a bag, killed 4 people and wounded 31 others in eastern Baghdad.